In the heart of West Africa, a political shift is taking place. While there isn't a direct alliance forming, a noticeable pattern of support has emerged for Niger's junta from several African nations, including Chad, Algeria, Burkina Faso, and Mali. This support is not merely a nod to political alignment or regional camaraderie. It's a statement against neo-colonialism. The legacy of colonialism in Africa is profound and enduring. Even after gaining independence, many African nations found themselves ensnared in a web of economic and political dependencies, often with their former colonial masters. This neo-colonial grip, characterized by indirect control through economic, political, and other means, has been a source of contention and resistance across the continent. The costs of neo-colonialism are manifold. Economic exploitation, where African nations find themselves exporting raw materials at low prices and importing finished goods at high costs. Political interference, with external powers influencing domestic policies. And cultural erosion, where indigenous practices and values are overshadowed by Western ideals. The rise of juntas, or military-led governments, in countries like Niger, is seen by many as a counter to this neo-colonial influence. While military takeovers often come with their own set of controversies and criticisms, the support they're receiving from neighboring countries suggests a shared sentiment, a desire for genuine autonomy and a break from the shadows of external control. A tangible example of neo-colonial influence is the Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline, TSGP, a project aimed at supplying Europe with energy. While on the surface, this pipeline might seem like a boon for the involved African nations, promising economic growth and job opportunities, it also underscores Europe's dependency on African resources. Such projects, while beneficial in some respects, often come with environmental, social, and economic costs for the host countries, not to mention the potential for external powers to exert influence over domestic policies and priorities. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, a regional political and economic union, has historically intervened in member states experiencing political instability. However, given the current climate and the perception of juntas as a counterweight to neo-colonialism, it seems ECOWAS might be hesitant to intervene in Niger. This hands-off approach underscores the complexity of the situation and the delicate balance of power and influence in the region. While African intervention might be off the table, the West's involvement in Africa remains significant. Both the United States and France have substantial interests in the continent, particularly in Niger. These interests are not just economic, they're also strategic. Niger, with its vast landscapes and critical location, has become a focal point in the global fight against terrorism. As a result, both American and French military forces maintain a presence in the country. This military presence is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it provides a level of security and stability in a region plagued by extremist groups. On the other, it's a stark reminder of the West's ongoing influence and interests in Africa. For many Africans, the sight of foreign troops, even if they're there under the banner of security cooperation, is a manifestation of neo-colonialism. In conclusion, the support for Niger's junta from countries like Chad, Algeria, Burkina Faso, and Mali is more than just regional politics at play. It's a reflection of a broader sentiment across Africa, a desire to break free from the chains of neo-colonialism and chart a path forward based on self-determination and sovereignty. The struggle for autonomy and identity in Africa, with its multifaceted challenges, remains a pivotal issue in the 21st century.